It has been a while since we last looked at Stranded: Alien Dawn on the channel, a game created by the same studio that made Surviving Mars, but this time it's very heavily inspired by games like RimWorld. It is also, technically, a Paradox game now, which I think is very funny. So when Paradox reached out to me and asked if they could sponsor today's video because this game is going to be having a 65% off sale and they want to get some attention, I said absolutely. I remember enjoying this game quite a lot during early access, and I'm curious how it has developed. So if you guys like what you see as you watch this video and you want to learn more, there will be a link in the description down below so you can take advantage of the sale. Tell you what, let's go ahead and start up a new game, and I'll just show you how this is all going to work out. So, we have a couple of new scenarios that have been added into the game since the early access. Originally, it was just crash landing, which is exactly what you think it is. It's 4 people crashing on an alien world. Our goal is to get back to civilization. But a cool thing about this game is the different scenarios have very different objectives. So, for example, we could play as some outcasts trying to set up a new trading outpost in the uncharted territories and gather enough wealth to buy the planet for ourselves. Or a military outpost on a heavily infested planet where we have to defend a core communication relay. Very Starship Troopers. Or the new scenario is a small group of rebels rescuing the first ever sentient android from a ruthless robot manufacturing consortium. Now that sounds like fun. We're going to go ahead and give that one a go. As far as our region, we have some options here. We could play in the desert, in the jungle, or in a mountainous area. I'll play in the desert. That's new for me. And for moons, this is kind of like the old storytellers from RimWorld. It's going to just change up what kind of encounters you could experience, and we'll go for a nice balanced one with Concordia. Everything else, I'm going to leave exactly as it is. Now we get to choose our starting colonists, and there are a few to choose from here that have different skills, different traits that could be useful, different relationships. It's all great. You know, one thing that's funny is Hamamont actually was going to put me in the game. They got some info from me, but I don't think they ever did. I'm not bitter about that or anything. It just would have been cool to put myself into the game. Let's try adding in, how about Vicente Santiago, a physically interested farming guy, could be useful. Let's add in Samantha Kraft, a hopeless romantic, very intellectual. And maybe Annette, the vengeful maid. Seems good. Now, I haven't seen this cutscene before, so this is going to be fun. Looks like we might be on the run from some space cops, or something. Maybe it's the consortium. They're shooting at me! Hey! Wait a minute, I thought you wanted your android intact! This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you shoot me out of the sky, it's gonna be gone! Well, these guys don't appear to be incredibly smart, if I'm honest, but that's fine. That was one heck of a maneuver, I'm not gonna lie. You guys gonna give up now? No? Oh, they're shooting missiles at me. Well, I'm dead. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to experience some turbulence. Please buckle in! Boom! Oh, and there is my android. Hope. Now, the entire objective of this campaign would be just to protect her at all costs until she can achieve full sentience. Which is a pretty cool idea, not gonna lie. Looks like she's just now starting up her cognitive matrices. She's probably about to freak out, and quite frankly, fair enough. I would too. All right, let's take a look at our scenario here. So this is our alien world. We know basically nothing about it. I mean, some things we can probably guess at. These sure look like some trees and sources of wood and stuff like that. We could probably find some stone and maybe even some sources of food. But look at these weird freaking creatures. Right? Like, I don't know what to expect out of any of this stuff. And one thing that's really cool about this game is, depending on where you spawn, you need to spend some time exploring and observing the flora and fauna around you so you can figure out how to make use of them for your survival, because we will get attacked at some point. This is going to happen. We need to figure out where we're going to place down a base, though. That's kind of our first priority. What would make some sense? It'd be nice to find some sources of food. I have no idea if these rounded cacti over here would count as a food source. Maybe. I do see some other plants I know I'm going to need over in this direction. That's not bad. Some useful stuff over here. Bit of stone. There might be something to be said about settling up in this kind of general area, to be honest. Or maybe up even over here? If there's some food around, yeah, maybe. I kind of want to set up like right here. Is this crazy? Like, this is kind of where I want to be. I think we're going to stick with just something really close by, which is fine. So let's go ahead and set up some stockpiles really close by, because I need to start gathering up all my materials nice and quick and put them in one convenient spot. I'm also going to need to set up a couple of quick shelters. We can use some scrap metal to do that, plus a couple of sleeping spots. I don't think the android needs one, so something like this should be fine. And we can also just go ahead and cut away some of the plant life that is in the way and make a little space. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these cacti over here, and we're going to observe this, because I really don't know if this is going to be a source of food, but if so, I want to discover that very early on if we can. And then from there, I think the next thing to do is think about how we're going to manage all of our people. So kind of like RimWorld, if you go to management here, there is an activities system where you can decide what priorities people are going to have with different kinds of jobs. And personally, I like to just literally turn off everything until I can investigate each individual skill and think about how we're going to make this work. Like, I want to play to the strengths of my people, but I also can't afford to be overloaded. One thing I do know is that my robot Hope is going to mostly be a delivery bot, because it just makes sense, and that appears to be the only thing she can actually do. For our healing, that's going to have to, unfortunately, be Samantha, though she's not really great at the job. Construction will have to be Vicente, unfortunately. He's, again, not very good at the job, but he's the only person I've got for it. We'll try something like this for now. Okay, that should be okay. So everyone needs to start constructing all this stuff ASAP. Now, since we are in the desert, I'm expecting things to be very, very hot out here. So we're going to make sure we get ourselves some shelter ASAP, and things like air conditioning is going to be absolutely crucial early on. Now, it doesn't look like I'm getting any resources from cutting down these cacti, which ain't good. I need to get some sticks and stuff, so let's try cutting down some of these nearby bushes. We can start scavenging the old ruins of our ship, and now that we have some sticks, I can place down a little campfire, which I know I'm gonna want. And from here, what I can do is set up some quick recipes. Specifically, I like to go ahead and start boiling some of my emergency rations. Not that it's an especially good food or anything, but it's better than eating it dry and, like, you know, freeze-dried, which is just disgusting. So we'll boil it, you know, for safety, but only a small number. Overall, I want to find some better food. That's kind of important for me right now. I could try to kill these giant bloated insects. I can't imagine that tastes very good, but I mean, like, if that's what it takes. Oh yeah, and let's go to our schedule over here, by the way, and make sure we set aside a little bit of relaxation time for some folks, and then also guarantee they get a certain amount of sleep. All except for Hope, who I feel like, as an android, probably doesn't need to sleep. I hope I'm right. We have observed the barrel cactus. You can indeed get cactus fruit. Good. Okay, once you have discovered a plant, you also can start to farm it. So if I wanted to, we could start placing these down. There's little patches of good soil around here. Not a lot, though. Maybe over here a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Any sort of consistent food would be pretty awesome for me right now, so let's try this. I also see some sort of trees over here with... These looks like some sort of pods on them? That could be food, it could be something. I don't know. I've never seen the desert before, so, like, this is all actually genuinely new for me. I don't know what to expect, except for a handful of things. So, like this, for example, right over here. I know this is important, these twisted plants. This is going to lead to some early textile materials that I know I'm going to need. There are a few other things I recognized. I think there's, yeah, these weird little things over here. This tube plant, this can get me some syrups. I know that's a thing as well. And I feel like these little mushrooms are also something. I don't remember if they're food or like a light source kind of a thing. There's a lot of ship debris in this area, by the way. We're going to get to do loads of scavenging in the desert. It is apparently unbelievably cold out here, by the way. Huh. I mean, I guess it is a desert. Yeah, extreme temperatures across the board. Very hot, very cold. Oh, what is Hope consuming, by the way? Hold on, makes sense. Androids don't need to eat actual food. So what do you eat? What is android food? Silica Energel. What the crap is that? I have no idea what this is, but I've only got 13 of it left. So if we run out, I imagine we're gonna have some serious problems for our droid. Oh boy. Okay, we need to research some food, huh? That's gonna be a thing. What did we discover about this branched cactus? Harvesting of cactus slime? Okay. Apparently we could eventually craft antibiotics using this. Well, that's actually very useful. Maybe not, like, immediately, but eventually. Did we just find a gun? We did. We found a gun inside of our ship. Well, that's lucky. These trees are called T-ball trees. It has a vast root system that absorbs all moisture. Huh, the fruits are bitterly sour and made my mouth sting for hours, but we could possibly cook or boil them into a tea. Interesting. Okay, is that a... Yep, that's a hot drink recipe. So get 20 T-balls, make tea, chance of getting minor pain relief. Interesting. It's like getting some Tylenol, but in tea form. What is this thing? A humped animal. It's a camel zebra. We should definitely observe this thing, decide if that's worth eating. Samantha's going to be peeved about that because she's a vegetarian, but I mean, like, everyone else has to eat, okay? Speaking of which, let's make sure that nobody is eating any of my raw food. I want to be able to turn that into proper meals since we do have a cook. Or a maid, or whatever you want to call her. I don't care. Oh, and let's not forget that a very important thing to do is to simply place down a table. Because if there's anything we know from other similar games, it's that eating without a table is absolutely unacceptable. It is kind of nice having a droid who works all day without any rest. We need to learn a bit more about Hope over here. Hope 9000. Begins with limited capabilities in most activities, but gradually develops new abilities and traits through accumulated skill experience. Okay. Currently incapable of most things, except for a little bit of physical experience and maybe observing or researching some stuff. Likes energy crystals and to pet animals. Aww. Even the robots like the innocent creatures. Anyway, I built up another very small rickety shelter over here. From this, we can go ahead and set up some production. I need to get myself a simple workbench. We're going to go ahead and use wood since that's cheaper than metal at this point. And let's also get myself some research with a research desk. What do you discover over here? Dromeda. Oh, like a dromedary camel. Okay, yeah, sure. If a camel and a zebra have a baby on a planet. Well, it makes sense to me. So now we know where those are, and we could, in theory, tame these creatures. Interesting. Well, we do have a rancher on our crew, so if we wanted to, that may not be the worst idea in the world. Now, with research set up, we could go ahead and start grabbing some things now. Pickling is a technology we can make use of. Tailoring, start getting some electricity, blah, blah, blah. All good. I think I need to go ahead and research lightning rods. This was actually the first thing I researched in my series I did for this game a long time ago as well. And the reason I did that is because I learned the hard way that, well, it's very possible for thunderstorms to appear in the first couple of days and just strike everything into oblivion. It's not likely to happen, but it absolutely can happen, which is hilarious, and we want to have a countermeasure against that. Also discovered oasis trees. Good. So now, if I wanted to start planting trees to get some wood, we could. Though in the desert, I'm kind of inclined to think we're going to need a lot more stone. What are these succulent plants? This might also be a form of food. We should find out. By the way, we should go ahead and arm some of our people in case we do get attacked here at some point. Samantha, you're by a long shot our best fighter, so go ahead and equip the laser pistol that we have discovered. That could be good. Is anyone else even capable of combat? I mean, not really Annette and not really Vicente. Yeah, no. We're going to be relying on Samantha for a lot here. Well, I can go ahead and build up a quick little combat target. That wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll build something like way out over here or something. That way people can just train up some of their combat experience whenever they're trying to have some leisure. We've got to solve this temperature issue, though. It is legitimately very cold. It is actually below freezing out here right now. Yikes, 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 yikes. Okay, for research then, when this is done, we might want to consider going to things like tailoring kind of early. And now Annette has hypothermia. Yep. We've really got to figure out this clothing situation. I didn't expect it to be that bad out here in the desert, but it is legitimately that bad. What do we discover over here, by the way? Juice leaf. Oh, syrup and healing balms. Useful, but not exactly food. We need more non-carnivorous food. Otherwise, Samantha eventually is going to be a little bit annoying. Come on, are we almost done with that research? I really need to be able to start making some clothes. One more really cold night, and I'm hoping we can be done with that. Good. All right. Let's get ourselves a tailor bench. We'll place that over here as well. Got that sorted. All right. Clothes. So, what do we have right now? So, Annette already has, like, a jacket and stuff. You would really think that she would have been better off than some folks, but apparently not. Spaceship jacket, blah, blah, blah. So we need, like, a sweater or something. Something heavier duty than this. But I need fabrics for that, which is why I've been waiting for people to finish researching these twisted plants. But people are taking their sweet time, apparently. It's fine, I'll let Hope finish it. There we go. Now we finally know about this stuff. Let's go ahead and harvest some of this ASAP. What else should we be researching right now? Well, I need to figure out how we're going to get food for Hope. So, Silica Energel is right here. In order to even begin researching this, we first have to know how to make liquid fuel and gather silicon. Well, I know where to find silicon if I can find the right plant for it. As far as getting fuel, I think we have to find a way to, like, yeah, there we go, turn liquid fuel, oils, and fats. Ah, we have to start producing some fats. Okay, that might be a small problem. Well, where's the right kind of plants in order to get silicon? I know what that looks like normally, but in the desert, is it different? I don't see one. Hang on, that's actually a problem. Where do I get silicon? Uh-oh. I genuinely do not know. Is it this stuff over here? Oh, it's these things. They're way over here. Oh, God. All right, these pointy red plants. That's what I'm looking for. That's really far away. Oh, no. There's some over here. This is slightly closer, but not by much. If I can just observe this plant, I'll be able to start planting some closer to me, but that still won't solve the issue for a while. Okay, we did discover it. Good, done. Definitely gonna try to plant some of this down as fast as we can, a lot of it. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. A search party has landed. Oh, no. Okay, these appear to be robots with crossbows and an energy lance. Nice, nice. Hey, dinosaurs, can you go and get them for me? No? Okay. Samantha, we need you to get something to eat because, you might be about to get into a big fight. Yep, they're on their way. Okay, this is good. This is great. This is phenomenal. I don't have a lot of combat people here. Samantha, time to draft you up and get you into position for the fight of our lives. Gonna let them come to me. If I have to duck behind some cover, so be it. I'm hoping you're a really good shot. It's too dark. Oh, good. Okay, back up, back up. And we need to shoot this guy before he can do any damage to me. Come on, don't miss that. There we go. All right. I got shot. I've got an arrow wound. Uh-oh. Okay, pull back for a second. I want to make sure that they can't hit you. And we can kill this guy. There we go. Good. Okay, and one more. Still too dark. The cover is a problem. Let's get into a little bit of a better position. There we go. Still too dark. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Okay. Undraft, go get treated. We need a bandage on that arrow wound ASAP. Doesn't have to be much, just needs to staunch the bleeding. So we can take a look at health here, and it looks like that's been taken care of. Good, all right. So now she's regenerating, she'll be all right. That could have been a lot worse. Can we salvage anything from those robots? I don't know. Maybe. There's an assault rifle. Dude, wait, what? No, no. I thought it was an assault rifle. It's just the name of the droid. Never mind. That's fine. Scavenge them anyway. Who knows what they got? It could be great. We discovered CPU cores. Huh. Well, I mean, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with some CPU cores from these things, but, like, I'm not opposed to it. Sounds good. We're killing some of the local wildlife. I'm sorry, but we need to eat. Thank you, Samantha, for doing what needs to be done without causing a big fuss. Now, we need to use some of that animal meat to craft up some animal fats just so I can even get the technology to get fuel, just so I'll be able to make something that feeds hope. Because we've only got 5 silica energel left. That's not a lot. We have now discovered how to do fuel mixing, so that'll be an important tech. Got it. And now I'm guessing we have to actually, make some fuel before I'll be able to get this. Well, let's do that. Liquid fuel, and also I need to craft a bunch of veggie leather using that skin bark so we can make the rest of our clothes. This is tough. Actually, a fair bit tougher than I remember. Probably partly because of the whole, like, desert thing, but also because Hope is just so limited in what she can do. Oh, God, we got a dust storm on its way. Movement speed goes down, and solar panels work at half efficiency. Could be worse. Could be better, but could be a lot worse. Let's go ahead and place out some drying racks. I wouldn't mind the ability to get myself some leather out of any hides, or dry out some meat for preservation. We do have to worry about food spoilage in this game. That's actually a very serious concern, so if you over-harvest the wrong stuff, you're in trouble here. It's kind of like the Oregon Trail. Like, I know it's fun to shoot all the buffalo, but don't actually do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and research silica energel. Gonna take us a little while to get to that, but that'll be fun. We've unlocked flamethrowers. Ooh, and incendiary traps. That could be relevant once I get some walls and stuff. Though how useful that is going to end up being against robots, I really couldn't tell you. Probably not very much at all. No, Hope, don't drink the fuel! No, Hope, no! Hang on, android food. No. You can eat the silicon too? No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's how we make more food for you. You know something that'd be really good? Is probably also trying to get, like, the foundation I need for, like, a proper house or something. That might actually help me a lot, because we need some insulation. That's what I need right now. Desperately need some good insulation. let's go ahead and get myself some stone so that I can make something a bit nicer. So let's take a look at what it would take to actually start building out anything for a base. Can we even do that at this stage? I'm not sure that we can. I think we have to go to research here and say I need like some basic housing. Yeah, construction basics. Oh boy. All right, it's going to take a little bit, but we've got to do it. Okay, we're actually able to start making a little bit of food. Hope's not going to die on me yet. If it even can die, exactly. It might be able to go berserk, though, which would be a problem. I mean, she can get anxious. Oh gosh, I'm saying she as if it's not an it. Well, that's it. She has indeed achieved some level of sentience, or at least enough that it's earned some sort of a pronoun from me. Oh god, I hear more ships. Where are you? Oh god, it's way over there. That's a lot of robots. Oh boy. Are they fighting the dinosaurs? They are. Get them, dinos. The dinos lost. Well, that's sad. Well, I better get all my people equipped with what few weapons I've got, because, I mean, like, they're not gonna have, like, any meaningful amount of experience, but, like, if we don't have our people equipped, we are gonna die. It's also warming up tremendously out here. Now it's, like, 7 degrees Celsius out here instead of, freezing. So we probably don't need some of the clothes I just made, and we may want to start making some lighter clothes here pretty soon. I'll let these guys nap for a little bit longer because it's going to be a bit before these robots arrive. That one's running in the complete... wait, where's Hope? Oh, God. Hope? It's time to freaking get home. It might be time to also draft all of you to go and save Hope because, holy crap, Hope is about to get murdered. It's too dark for all this. Why are you guys making this so difficult? Oh, God, this thing's actually going to catch up to her. Oh, she's doomed. It's so much faster than her. This isn't fair at all. Dinosaur, save Hope. No, oh, yep, yes, dinosaur. Well done. Holy crud. Oh, she's in acute pain. She's a freaking android. How does she feel pain? Oh my gosh. Okay, she's not dead. But holy crud, she's gonna be soon. Legitimately, I would like to know how the heck I'm supposed to heal the laser-stabbed android. She's dying out. We've got to use some of these, like, parts or something to repair her. Legit didn't even think about the fact that somebody in my party was not asleep when these guys came to attack. All right, Hope is getting treated. Welcome to real life. Sometimes things, for no good reason, just want to hurt you. All right, well, everyone's healing, so we're gonna be okay, I think, eventually. Woof. Okay, we've learned construction basics. Now we get to actually construct something. Now, cool thing in this game is that all the buildings are fully customizable. So you really do get to build your own large structure. I'm going to be building something here out of some stone, probably, to start, and then just really properly insulate myself. It is unfortunately going to take a fair bit of stone to even lay down a foundation, but such is the way of things. Gosh, I really don't know how I'm going to keep feeding Hope, though, is one big problem. We've got some silicon over here. We've got some fuel. Why aren't we making more of the stinking silica energel? We need more. Okay, we got ourselves a nice little spot there. Then we can go ahead and place down some stone walls. I mean, we could use something else, scrap metal and stuff, but the thermal properties are just atrocious. How much do we have in terms of, like, wood? Not much. I don't know if I can rely on this for wood. Yeah, I think we're better off just doing stone. Let's go ahead and build this out. Of course, we'll need to have a door as well. And we'll also need to plan out a quick roof. I still don't have a lot to work with. I'm kind of out of stone is the thing. Stone's kind of hard to get. But I think we kind of have to. It's fine. This is why we have Hope, right? She can go and mine rocks. You know, another big problem I'm having right now, though, is I legitimately don't even have anything I can hunt for meat right now. And without good sources of meat, how on earth am I supposed to get fats in order to get fuel in order to feed Hope? Oh, gosh. Yeah. So one thing I'm doing is researching fuel fermentation, which would be a way of basically fermenting insect guts into fuel. That's the solution to the problem. We got plenty of these weird gulch-bloated insects around here. But I gotta research that first, and that's gonna take some time. It's like making wine, but like bug guts. Ceiling's getting built up right now, then we can move everyone into a nice little dormitory. It's not gonna be great, but it's gonna be fine. And now we have a heat wave coming in. Well, ain't that just phenomenal timing? No, like, legitimately, it's pretty decent timing. If there was any time to get people inside where there's some insulation, it would be now. Oh, look at this. We found a new plant. Cloth blossom. Cotton? Okay, so actually a method of getting some other textiles that doesn't involve skin bark. That's pretty good. I mean, as long as the soil is amenable, which it's not entirely, but I mean, like, whatever. Okay, we've got our fermentation barrels. We'll make them out of scrap metal. I guess I don't really care. kind of gross. We'll just toss them over here or something. I don't know. It's a bit of an eyesore. We need to get enough stone where I could theoretically start building out a kitchen and then a warehouse. And then everything gets moved in and we start spending so much more of our time indoors instead of outside where the temperatures are unforgiving. But at least we're getting on top of starting to make the food. So, like, hope is okay. And as long as we can get these fermentation barrels up and running and start getting consistent fuel, the real problem becomes silicon, which I'm trying to grow. I got a ways to go, though. Oy, oy, oy. But even if Hope just has to keep drinking fuel, she can. She's gonna survive this now. At least until she grows up a little bit and learns some new skills. Do we get any sort of an indication for, like, when she's going to have something new? No. Does she have to learn intellect? Is that a thing? Does she have to learn intellect in order to start building anything up? If so, I need to have her do some research. And I'm open to let her do that. I mean, she's not going to be very good, but it's fine. And in the meantime, everyone gets their first sleep inside of their new house. It's not perfect, but it works. The big question is, what the heck are we going to do the next time the robots come after me? And that's a great question. First off, not wait until nighttime to fight them. That's for one thing. And then don't leave Hope off on her own when she's the primary target. Oh, God. And here comes the next round. All right. 4 more robots, huh? All right. Here they come. Let's go ahead and get ready behind a little bit of cover if we can. Samantha should hopefully be able to deal with most of this because she's a boss. And there we go. Taken care of. All right. Oh, but now Samantha has an illness. She got an infection. Oh, crud. I don't have any antibiotics. This is a problem. I'd have to learn how to produce grain in order to be able to do that, which I definitely don't have. Uh-oh. I think we had a little bit of special medicine left, but not a lot. Now, we have ourselves a bit of a kitchen, so I can set up a cook stove and have some proper food manufacturing as well as storage. That's great. What I'm really lacking at this point is just some proper air conditioning, and things would actually be looking pretty good. Okay, so over here then in this storage, we want to say what exactly we can accept in here. Oh, this is a wardrobe. This is not as useful as I thought it would be, but I guess for the moment it's fine for basic storage, sure. Let's instead go to these shelves. There we go. All right, so raw food, cooked foods, and so on. Yes, I do want all of that in there. Honestly, like, almost everything should just go ahead and move over to all of these, which means I can deconstruct most of this stuff, which will take a little while to get everything transported, but then I can go ahead and expand the structure further to go ahead and have all my production. You can, by the way, add multiple stories to a building, so that's perfectly fine. And then I get more storage, and then I build a fence all around all of this. Then I get some automated defenses, and yeah, okay. This is all starting to come up. As long as we've got enough resources to take care of Hope, eventually everything is going to work out. Surely. And the fun thing is, eventually there's so much more that I'll still be able to do in the game. Like, for example, if I go to research here, you can see long-distance travel, where I can actually send people on expeditions to go and find things in other parts of the world, which can be very interesting. Not to mention we have all sorts of different ways of making people happier, instruments, bench presses, much better weaponry of various finds, wine making. If we could just get some sort of a fruit, that would be a thing. Lots of medicines. Heat pumping would be super useful for me if I get electricity going. But for that to be useful, I need metal refinements. Yeah, there's so much more still here in the game, and they've definitely expanded it a fair bit since I played the early access. Like, I don't remember, like, solar roofs being a thing, but defense bots and battle drones and flat cannons, absolutely not. Surgical automatons, service bots, I wonder how Hope would feel about me having a few of those. The point is, this game really does have quite a lot to offer, and I think it's actually really quite fun. Challenging for sure, but still, I'd say it has a lot of the intimacy that I'm looking for in a sort of colony survival builder, and the fact that each of the different scenarios has kind of a wildly different backstory and objective, that feels pretty cool. With that, we are going to be ending this video, but I hope this does give you a bit of a taste for what this game does have to offer. It really is pretty darn slick. And for 65% off, I'm going to say that's a pretty good deal for what you can get out of a game like this. Once again, I do want to say a big thank you to Paradox for the sponsorship, but to be honest, it wouldn't have taken much to convince me to try out the game again anyway. I really do like it a lot. In fact, if you guys would like to see a series on this at some point in the future, do let me know, because this is the kind of game you absolutely can just dive into and have a really long story-driven series, and it ends up being really, really fun. Be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.